Good evening. I'm Chief Constable Mark Neufeld from the Calgary Police Service. Thank you for attending here tonight. As you know, the Calgary Police Service has been dealing with a high-risk, prolonged incident in the southeast neighborhood of Penbrooke Meadows that involved an individual who was barricaded in a home with firearms. At this point, I can confirm that the situation has come to a conclusion, and unfortunately, one man is deceased. This is an unfortunate outcome, but our top priority was always the safety of the community. We've made every effort to bring this to a safe and peaceful conclusion and have employed numerous tactics and resources over the duration of this prolonged event. This includes intermittent negotiations with the individual for more than 30 hours. At approximately 8:30 tonight, the situation escalated to a point where members of our tactical unit, along with members of the RCMP Emergency Response Team, discharged their service weapons, and the man was subsequently declared deceased. As the incident is now under active investigation with the Alberta Serious Incident Response Team, they've been engaged, and so we're limited in what we can share, at least as it relates to the specific events that led up to the man's death. This was a tremendously dynamic situation that posed immense risk to the surrounding community and to our officers. I'm extremely proud of the efforts of our members who worked to de-escalate the situation and to encourage a safe and voluntary surrender, again, over a protracted period of more than 30 hours. Many residents in the surrounding area have been displaced. If you were impacted by this situation, I want to thank you for your patience and your understanding. These are never easy. I understand the stress that incidents like this can cause for residents and their families, and just know that we've taken all reasonable steps to minimize impacts and to support the community throughout this ordeal. We are currently working at having people return to their homes, but this will take a bit of time as the scene is being held and processed by crime scene investigators. I ask the residents to continue to refer to our social media channels for detailed and timely updates on returning to your homes. If you've been displaced from your home, we ask that upon your return, if you notice any property damage to your residence, please contact the police non-emergency line at 403-266-1234. Our officers will be attending each impacted residence on March the 16th, that'll be Saturday, 2024, to speak to residents in the area about the incident that's occurred. Over the next few days, there will continue to be a heavy police presence in the area, but we are working to mitigate any interruptions that you will see in your community. We want to in particular thank our emergency response partners, in particular the Alberta RCMP, EMS, Calgary Fire Department, and the City of Calgary for assisting in this incident, as well as ATCO and NMAX for their ongoing support as well. Again, thank you to our members who have exercised the utmost professionalism and sound tactical judgment during a high-stress and dangerous situation. We brought in members from around the city to support this incident while still maintaining regular service delivery to Calgarians throughout the time of the events. I'll stop there and I'll answer any questions you might have.
How would the investigation go from here?
Well, the investigation that the Calgary Police Service was involved in involved the execution of a search warrant searching for firearms. So there would have been weapons charges. Given what happened after our original attendance at the home, there was investigations underway for attempted murder. However, those will not proceed, of course, now, given that the subject is deceased.
And for Calgarians who are concerned about the length of the standoff, why was it the safest call to let this last over 24 hours?
Yeah, so we have well-trained and very bright people managing these events, and so the bottom line is the subject's actions will dictate the officer's reactions. And so at the end of the day, they're, through negotiations and tactics, they're taking in the information and deciding what's the best next step. Again, I'd like to reiterate that one of the biggest challenges here, one of the biggest priorities, is to make sure that we try to get to a de-escalated situation and sort of end this in a way that is safe and peaceful. That's always the goal. There's no question there's a need to balance that off against the impact on the community, which was significant in this case over a long period of time. And I'm satisfied that our officers have done a good job of taking in the information and making prudent and safe decisions that do take into consideration impact on the community, as well as officer and public safety. remember, you know, from the outset of this incident, we were dealing with individuals, or an individual who was armed with high-powered weapons, and so that certainly adds an element of complexity and danger to situations like this.